Pigeons from Hell and I have a history. Back when I first read Robert E. Howard's short story, I fell in love. Well, as in love as you can fall with a horror story. And I decided I wanted to do a short film on this. The film never really got past the scripting phase, and it was in German no less. But the story stuck with me, and I'm not alone with that. There have been TV show episodes, most famously the Thriller episode. Then there was a comic book by Scott Hampton back in 1988, which unfortunately is out of print. However, Joe Lansdale's new retelling is a very interesting substitute. The story begins with 5 friends going to see the old house that Claire and Janet Blassenville inherited from their distant grandmother. Right off the bat, there's something off about the pigeon-covered house. The inside is decrepit, no cell phone reception, and even though it's in the middle of a Louisiana summer, the house is very cold. Upstairs, they stumble upon a huge mound of dead animals, a lot with their heads gnawed off and a cold spot that makes them see their breath. Leave! Go! Don't you people ever watch horror movies? When the rotten stairs give way, one of the group breaks their leg. On the way home, they swerve and their car sinks into the swamp. Deciding that braving the swamp isn't somehow the lesser evil to staying in the house from hell, the group decides to spend the night there, and pretty soon this happens. And from there on out, things just go from bad to worse. Joe Lansdale takes some liberties with the characters. There are also additional characters which were added to pad things, and 3 guesses what happened to them. Now, the story stays pretty true to its roots, and the basic idea is still the same, but it deviates pretty heavily in some areas. Especially Lady Blassenville is nothing like I imagined her in the short story. I also don't like the creature. It looks like something I'd fight in The Witcher. I do understand the need for most of these changes. The way you can draw a reader in and have them establish bonds depend on the medium. And in a book, it's just easier than it is in a comic book. There are moments when the changes raise questions that they don't really answer. For example, why does only one of the friends become a zombie? 3 people die in the house. Why does only one become a zombie? The artwork and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship. On the one hand, I think it's very detailed, but at the same time, just vague enough to let you imagine things in the corners. For the most part, it's very well done, but there are some places where it gets so gory that it's hard to figure out what's going on. If I'm seeing brutal dismemberment, I want to understand that it's brutal dismemberment. I don't just want a shower of guts. The most important question is, does this create an atmospheric book? Is this suspenseful to read? Does it scare the crap out of you? And I can tell you, yes, it absolutely does. I had trouble sleeping the night I read it. So there you have it. That's my review of Pigeons from Hell. Please click one of these other videos. Go to get this book on Amazon. I've left you a little description below. I've also left you a link to the Wiki Commons page for Pigeons from Hell. If you haven't read that short story, read it. It's awesome. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. I'm David Marcel, this is my comic book obsession, and I'll see you next time!